All right, Monday Night Football. Let's roll with that first game. It is the better game of the two, the one on ABC. But take it back to the days of Howard and Don and Frank and Chet 40 and halftime highlights. Let's get into it with the Eagles. They're down to a 5-point favorite now. It opened as high as 7. And, the momentum's good in Tampa. They deserve to recover a little bit. Everything's always post Tom this, post Tom that. And yeah, I mean, it's a little bit makeshift, but, maybe Baker is the right guy for this situation right now. You're not going to win any titles with Baker, but you play a little bit of a good defense right now. The Buccaneers are having a real good. It's almost like Buccaneer defense, right? It is Buccaneer defense so far. Strong on the rushing game. I mean, I don't know. I think after the first 2 weeks, now I don't know how the stats worked out this week. Not quite at that point yet, but I think they were number one in rushing defense after the first 2 games. They were only allowing 50 or 60 yards. So you think the Eagles have that dominating rushing game to come in and, win a road game, if you will, by more than a touchdown in this one? It's down to 5. I get it. I might have to buy it back up if I'm waiting this long. Could have had a better number, and you don't want to be stuck here. They call, a 5 is a nothing, right? It's a nothing number. Yeah, things can end in 5s now a little bit, but not as often. You're going to end near 6s or 4s. So that makes it a little bit, difficult to be a nowhere. Will the line continue to move? I don't know if it will. Maybe. Let me see what else. Let me see what other books are hanging right now. Are there any kind of other variants of 5? Not really. I mean, it might be juiced to laying the 5 a little bit with the Eagles, but. And you see this total at 44.5, and there's some 45s out there as well. And right now, we were back on. I was rolling with unders. I wasn't going to let week 2, but notoriously volatile week, throw me off into getting back to under city, if you will. And of course, my only premium over lost. So, but I hit unders with Chargers, Vikings, Patriots, and Jets, Saints, and Packers. Panthers, Seahawks, I went over some of the morning games, but also under in the Steelers and the Raiders last night. So, did lose the Bears and the Chiefs total under, but, that was on me. I mean, I don't know if I think we saw the Chiefs able. I should have known if it was going to be a blowout. I probably should have backed off and over there. But I don't know if we were those 3. Quickly those 2 touchdowns late in the first, the way they were scoring and getting the ball back and turning it over with. Man, I just don't want to go into it right now with that Bears team. We're trying to talk about the Bucs here, but the thing with Fields and how he looked and all that, there'll be time for that this week. Let's get some of the comments. Kong is okay. Thanks, Kong. It threw me off because of the color, the color of it looks like you might be outdoors. It made the black look blue a little bit. So, but now I do see it. It's that old English letter L, I think, right? So, all right, cards. And Thomas wants to go over tonight. And, me, I mean, it's a prime time game. We'll see. But M looks coming in with his play. Eagles money line and under. He's leaning. He's not sure yet. Thomas, Eagles money line here. What is that money line? It's going to be still pretty high, I would say. I say high because anything to me over, $1.90 or so. Usually is when I got to start getting into even me. And I'm conservative. That's when I start laying a little bit if I'm going to do it. I don't want to come here and talk about, taking the Packers on the money line. When I gave it out on the show, I'm always going to give out with the spread. So when we were on that show, Packers were 1 or 2, and they only won by 1. All right, Nathan says, "Fly Eagles, fly first half." I saw one other. Thomas here, can't trust Baker. Yeah, like I said, I just feel like this is the right situation for Baker. Like, I think the Eagles, I still think they're fine. They definitely have, maybe they're 2-0. They're looking great, no doubt about it. They scored 25 and 34 points. They have 10 days coming into this game too. 11 days, whatever they have. They've had extended time to prepare. And they are not the best road favorites so far with Sirianni, 5-7 against the number so far. See some NFL totals already moving here for next week. Caught my eye. Eagles ran for 260 yards last week in that game against the Vikings. It's going to be tougher tonight, I think, against the Buccaneers, for sure. That's one thing that they are doing. Is defending here. And Baker's been okay. Baker's been interesting. Thomas says he can't see him losing this one. Nathan, yeah, maybe even I'll go for a parlay. Maybe I'll just whip it up today, with all these with these games. So, all right, Tampa Bay so far. Yeah, they're so here it is. I see my stats now. 50. They've given up 108 yards so far rushing in 2 games. Now they're going up against the Eagles. I get this to be a better offense, certainly here in this one. And I am Nathan. I'll just say it right now. I might as well. I'm just trying to spew around a little bit, trying to figure out how I can sell you guys on this. But I'm going to be on the Buccaneers as a dog. I'm probably going to buy. I'm going to just to make sure on the show officially, it's going to be +5 points. That's the spread. But I want at least 6. I want some 6.5. Maybe I want some 7s. And I'll take my little chunk of money that I'm going to on, and I'll put most of it on 7, a little less on 6.5, and a little less on 6, and I probably won't do anything else but right there in that little window. And I'll be taking the Bucks tonight. I might be spewing money here when you guys are going on them, but it looks like you guys are somewhat on just the Eagles here on the money line. Some of you. Tampa Bay is looking for their first 3-0 start in 18 years. Not even with Tom Brady did they go, and a win isn't out of the question. Yeah, maybe I'll take that last bit of change and put it on the money line. Because I feel like I feel like the Tampa Bay situation, it feels pretty positive to me. Not playoff bound positive, just Monday night positive, Monday night home dog positive. And I don't think this is the throwaway game. It's interesting. Like I said, I don't think that they think about it in their minds about the TV, about the doubleheaders. They're looking at Monday Night Football, and this is Monday Night Football in Tampa Bay. So I'm going to be on the under. Thanks, Thomas. Nathan on the I'm sorry, I'm on the Bucks. I'm on the Bucks. I could talk about the total a little bit. Please get my premium plays tonight, you guys, on this one. But maybe I could just brush on the total just a little bit. Maybe a few stats to help Nathan out. I'm going to just try to give Nathan a little support here for this. And again, it's about the 2 teams. So you don't want to go brushing along with all those things that I've said about all these unders here so far. But the last 14 Monday night games, last 16, 14. Oh, God. Better job prepping. That's what Tony would crack on me a little bit. Last 16 games, I want to say it's 16, could be 14, whatever the case may be. It's gone under in 14. 15 of the last 16 Monday night games with the road team favorite have gone under. All right. There could be 2 other teams playing, whatever. Total's kind of gone down here, right, from 46 down to 45, 44 and a half. So, and JC and I don't think we're on the same page at all here. No, that's okay. I appreciate JC. I think JC's been with us before, and I don't mind if JC agrees. I hope. Bobby! Oh my God, Bobby! Oh man, Bobby, it's so good to have you come in. You know, you don't know, you call, you don't call, you don't write, but you'll pop up in my show that I've been doing for over a year here. By the way, it did take me a few months to figure out how to get it on Facebook for all my friends and family. I wondered why no one watched the show. I mean, I get 1,000 views a day on YouTube when I had Mindy, of course. But so, Bobby, I don't want to. Bobby, I'm selling my picks. You know I'm touting now. All right. I'm so happy to see you. I love you. Have a great round, man. Have a great round. I miss you. And so, Bobby, before you go, just let you know I'm not going to give out the total here. You can call me and I'll give it to you. But I will say that 15 of the last 16 games on Monday Night Football, when the road team's been favored, have gone under. And there's other things that kind of back that as well. All right, Bobby, thank you so much. Sorry, folks, I'm having a moment here with an old boss, an old pal. And I hope some of my other friends and family are watching. I mean, maybe they just whip it by on my Facebook, just like I don't really put anything else out there on Facebook anymore other than my show. It's hopefully Thomas saying hello to Bobby. Thank you, Thomas. And love that man very, very much. 14 years of work with him, just a great person to work for and with, and just to have him see him pop up here with me because I'm running the show on my personal favorite, Freaky Tweaky Eagles money line. All right, you guys, thanks a lot. Let's get on to the next game here. In case Bobby sticks around, got to talk about the other game real quick. And I'll take the Buccaneers tonight, you guys. And let's get the conversation started with Rick talking about Burrow being injured. Jake Browning gets the start tonight, the old Washington quarterback. Jake Browning was no slouch, you guys. And you're going up against the Rams team here. They kind of lack in talent, but man, so far it's been pretty awesome. Puka Nacua, he's pretty cool, right? He looks like Cooper Kupp out there. And Stafford looks a little bit healthier too. That's a good thing. Burrow needs the rest, you guys. There's a problem. There's no reason. I just don't see him passing any tests tonight to get out there the way this momentum of this line. Although I did see some 2.5s kind of creeping back up. This total is dropping rapidly right now. This feels like steam. Oh no. This feels like steam. I'm showing 43s now at a couple of offshore books. And DK is down to 43.5, juice to the under. Right now, this game has to be getting hit. I'm not showing it as widely reported. It's already been steamed pretty heavily once, and it's going. Let me just update it because I feel like we're missing the boat here a little bit. I want to now. The stats aren't quite the same here for this total, but it is Monday night, isn't it? And you have a team where you got a quarterback without any experience coming in here for the Bengals and the Rams. Things are feeling pretty positive for this situation, right? Considering that the Rams have split division games so far when maybe we were kind of counting them out a little bit heading into the season. Stafford has found a target in Nacua, although Nacua was on the injured list coming in, but I think he'll be good to go. How about him? He has 25 catches so far for 266 yards. He's one of the league's best players. Now, he did have an injury designation last week as well and still had a big game. Rams with McVay, they're 20-13-1 against the spread coming off a loss. You could have had bigger points than this. I mean, they don't, it's not like a listed pitcher. You could have got well in advance here of the number. as high as 7.5 in the look aheads. I think by the time they took the game off the board and reissued it down at 4 or so, and then quickly down to 3 and now to 2. I think it offers a great opportunity to take an 0-2 Bengals team at home. I don't think the Rams have put it all together just yet. Even though this is an improvement, it looks like over last year. Let's maybe have to give McVay a little bit of credit. I think he knew that last year. He kind of admitted, right? He threw his hands up in the air, had some fun late in the season with the guy with Baker. Remember, so get Stafford healthy and all that, and now you have them back in there. Rams have gone under in 8 of their last 9 road games. Well, there may be a push in there for some on one of the games, but nonetheless, only one of the last 9 games have truly gone over the total with the Rams on the road. And the Bengals still, yeah, maybe the defense is down a little bit too, but still probably a playoff caliber defense. I would think the Bengals still can muster here at home. You're 0-2, 0-2s against 1-1s at home. This is actually a good situation. And the Burrow situation is going to keep a lot of people off the Bengals, but I'm going to lay them. I'll probably just lay the money line maybe. I think it's going to be a low, ugly scoring type of game. Bengals are 14-7 against the spread off a loss. I know a lot of people threw out the trends on this one because of the Burrow situation, but I don't, Joe Burrow is a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback. We know we don't have to get into it. Jake Browning is inexperienced, but he was a gunslinger. I think we can all agree that he was a gunslinger in a typical Washington Husky tradition. See what they're doing now, and Penix is awesome, and he might be a guy who could challenge for the Heisman Trophy this year. But Jake Browning was pretty awesome too, and Michael Penix would have to finish off a great season. Jake Browning accomplished a lot at Washington. Michael Penix, he's been with some other schools, and he's just kind of rolling at Wash. He's a good quarterback, a veteran quarterback. Browning did it for years. He was that team. Let me get your comments here rolling here a little bit. I'm on the Bengals, you guys. I'm on the home teams tonight in this one, and it might be okay. Bobby's driving. I'm having like a private conversation with Bobby. It's okay, Bobby. We only got like 60 people watching here right now, and but I get almost like 1,000 people. Well, less now because I had a co-host, Bobby, for like a year, and she was wonderful and terrific, and she got her own show because she was so good. All right, injuries galore. Thomas will take the Rams on the money line as a dog. Verley says, "Give me the Rams in those points." Look, I'm an old Rams fan, and Bobby is too. That but Bobby's, I want to say, he's a 49ers fan first and foremost, but we've had some conversation. He's, hey, how can you like the Rams if you like the Niners? He hates the Rams. I'm teasing him. So, all right, you guys, don't give any trust into Jake Browning. Darren's on there. All right. Okay, thanks, Darren. Yeah, this one opened as high as 47, but when it was reissued, it was at 45.5. And then as soon as it was, somewhat obvious. Look, Burrow is not even officially out of this game yet. But yeah, and that's funny, right? Freaky, that's what I'm saying. The ESPN main, this is the ESPN main Monday night game. Yeah, don't forget that. Rams won the Super Bowl just 2 years ago. Yeah, but the Bengals have had their share of success. So you could see what the people were thinking a little bit, right, when putting 2 Monday night games together. And with the Eagles and Bucs, you couldn't go wrong. The Bucs were considered to be in a situation where they're, getting it back together, and put the Eagles on the road where it could be a little bit tougher. But the Bengals have been a nice, pleasant surprise so far, as have the Rams. So I'm taking the Bengals. I'm taking Jake Browning and a little bit of defense. Maybe the Rams, they don't they really don't have a lot of weapons anymore necessarily. Remember, before Nakua sprung onto the scene, and I don't think he was getting any attention. Right, he was the hottest waiver wire pickup after week 1. He came out of, well, I don't say out of nowhere. I mean, he was a hot college prospect in a way, but it's a miracle what's gone on at this point with Nakua. All right, I'm on the Bengals, and I think you guys got to read on, but please get my premium picks for tonight at the website where I'm hot, Bobby. Check out our website. See